Namaste Mahoday.
नमस्सर्वेभ्यः स्वागतं प्रार्थनया प्रारम्भं करोमि गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुः गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुः साक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः सरस्वती नमस्तुभ्यं वरदे कामरूपिणि विद्यारम्भं करिष्यामि सिद्धिर्भवतु मे सदा हरिः ओम् ॐ तत्सत् अस्तु अद्यतन शनिवासरस्य कक्ष्यायां सर्वेषां स्वागतं तो अद्य तु अस्माभिः चतुर्थपाठस्य केचन शिष्ट अन्तिमभागान् भागाः सन्ति तान् पठित्वा वयम् अग्रे सरामः पञ्चमे अपि प्रवेशः स्यात् प्रायः अद्य अथवा श्वः अस्तु वयं स्मः संस्कृतवाङ्मयपरिचयः संस्कृतस्य वाक्मय वाक् युक्त सर्वत्र संस्कृतवाग्युक्त प्रपञ्चस्य परिचयः इति संस्कृतवाङ्मयपरिचयः वाक् इत्युक्ते उक्तिः वचनम् इत्यादि अस्तु while the Vedas and Upanishads introduce us to our ancient social values, we get a total picture of our ancestors' ideals and beliefs through the Ramayana and the Mahabharata Mahakavyas. Generally not called Mahakavyas, they are called Itihasa Kavyas, but they are also great Kavyas. There are no two opinions about Ramayana and Mahabharata reflecting the soul of our nation. These two are believed to be historical epic poems from thousands of years. Epic, since very ancient and classical. Ramayana is the Adi Kavya. Adi generally refers to the first. Adi means at the beginning. So Adi Kavya referred to as the first Kavya because if you take out the ancient granthas like Vedas and which are anyway supposed to be eternal, then human created pieces. They recognize Ramayana as quite ancient, but I'm sure some darshanas are even older. But in the Kavya class, it is the Adi Kavya. Okay, Adi Kavya, because focus was on Kavitva. Valmiki, the Adi Kavi, has described the life of Sri Ramachandra in 7 Kandas. So Kanda is the chapter, huge major chapter names of Ramayana. So Valmiki, the name also is derived from Valmikat Jataha iti Valmikihi. Valmika in Sanskritam means the termite mound. Termite mound is called Valmika. So Valmikat Jataha iti Valmikihi. He is supposed to have had a second birth as Valmiki by going into yogic prayers and supposed to have been covered with termite mound, yeah, which from which he emerged as Valmiki. Okay, very colorful history we have. That's nice. Has described the life of Sri Ramachandra in 7 Kandas. The characters of Shamyatam. I'll mute everyone. Okay. So the characters of Sri Rama, Bharata, Anjaneya and Sita are portrayed in it. They have just picked a few. There are so many characters there. They stand for certain noble ideals such as carrying out father's words, brotherly affection. It is very interesting. They have anointed brotherly affection first to Bharata. Mighty nice, but I think Lakshmana takes the cake for me. Okay, devotion towards mother. Okay, and devotion towards husband. Okay, so Ramayana is the source for many poetical works written in Sanskrit. So why they say the source is the Katha Parampara, the twists and other things what Valmiki has painted. Other kavis have taken further liberties to portray their own kavitva by further colorfully expounding on the sub stories within Ramayana, and some for the whole Ramayana also some have rewritten. Even quite recent centuries, so that such works have continued, if not in Sanskritam, definitely in our mother tongues, local tongues. Ramayana is the source for many poetical works written in Sanskrit. The following verse gives the quintessence of Ramayana, the absolute essence of Ramayana. Yanti nyaya pravrittasya tiryanchopi sahayatam apanthanam tu gachantam sodaropi vimunchati. Okay. Yanti nyaya pravrittasya tiryanchaha api sahayatam apanthanam tu gachantam sodaraha api vimunchati. Very, very sarcastic second half. Okay. Yanti nyaya pravrittasya. Yanti means help, giving help, such things. Take along, that sense. Okay. Then nyaya pravrittasya, for the one who is engaged in the righteous path. Nyaya, righteous path. Okay. So in they give aid to the one who is following the righteous, engaged in the righteous path. Tiryanchaha, tiryang means tiryag yoni. Actually, tiryak or tiryag yoni we call it. Tiryak or tiryag yoni means birth as a animal other than a human. If we consider humans as animals also, so it's called tiryak yoni. The what you call genetically lower yonis, genetical order, they are lower yonis of lives. So, okay, tiryanchaha means such other lives other than humans also. Okay, sahayatam yanti, they give help. Okay. Apanthanam to, instead, in comparison, to here is to compare, in comparison, apanthanam, the one who is following the wrong path, one who is in the bad path. Okay, pantha means path. Path actually comes from pantha. I am saying the other way around. Apanthana is yaha sakshama panthayam nasti, saha apanthana. Tam apantanam karmapada. Okay, to gachantam. So apantanam to gachantam, I mean the one who is going in the wrong path. So sodaraha api, even a brother, even his own brother from the same mother. Sa udaraha, sodaraha, one who shares the same womb. What a beautiful name, huh? Api vimunchati, will give give up. Okay, that means desert. So he runs away. Okay, so it's very nice. Yanti nyaya pravrittasya tiryanchopi sahayatam apanthanam tu gachantam sodaropi vimunchati. So where does it apply to Ramayana? It's very obvious, right? So Rama is helped by bears, vanaras, and everybody, right? Every animal in the forest aids him. We of course know the great story of um, Sampati and other Garudas, his brother. So lots of them. Okay, but for Ravana, who is a Apanthana, okay, his own brother deserts him. Okay, who tries to bring him to the right path, fails to do so, and deserts him, which is Vibhishana. So beautiful. Okay. So to him who proceeds along the righteous path, even the animals give a helping hand. Even a brother deserts a person who takes to an unworthy path. Sri Rama proceeded along the righteous path. To him, even monkeys and bears rendered help. Jambavanta. Even the brother Vibhishana left Ravana who took the wrong path. Few typos are there here and there. Okay. So as usual, the artists are beautiful. They render wonderful sketches. So this is actually Pattabhisheka picture rendered by someone, and this one is like an entire character set of Ramayana in a very nice caricature set. Much like this. Ravana is there, everybody is there. Okay. Any questions for Samskrita Vangmaya Parichaya? Okay.
Yes, Mother. Uh,
Bagini.
uh, the reference to so, the ro or p, it is
Hmm.
for uh, Ravana and his brother, or
Ravana and his brother Vibhishana.
oh, okay,
Sodaraha here is referring to Vibhishana. Apanthana refers to Ravana.
okay.
And
Thank you.
Nyaya Pravritta in the first half refers to Rama.
Ram.
Tiryanchaha refers to Vanaras and Jambavantas and every other thing. Even that small, what you call?
Squirrel, squirrel.
Squirrel, yeah. We cannot forget its contribution. Okay,
Yes.
all right. Alilu Seve. Actually, in Kannada, we have a beautiful phrase called Alilu Seve due to that story. Okay, see how the culture seeps into us right now. Even here, we have the sense of this Alilu Seve. So, whenever somebody wants to do some help and people thank them, no, we respond saying, "What was my contribution? It was just Alilu Seve. It was the seva of that squirrel."
Okay, okay.
Like,
Gileri. Ah, okay. Mane, a very tiny portion, but nevertheless, that
much honored, much honored. Yes.
yes, much honored. Right, right.
So, pravrittah yuktah, one engaged. Nyaya pravrittah, nyaya marge pravrittah, one engaged in the path of truth. Tiryak yonayah, tiryanchah, lower beings. Pathayam chalati iti panthanah, one along the path. Na pantanah, apantanah, one not on the right path. Sa udarah, sodaraha, okay, brata, brother, born of the same womb is the literal interpretation of Saudaraha. Munchati, vimunchati, tyajati. Hmm? Actually, mukti literally comes from the same dhatu, perhaps munch. Okay. Katha, kushalah, vriddah. तो आह्वयामः. राजेश्वरी राजेन्द्र वर्ये अनम्यूट कर्तुं शक्नोषि वा? राजेश्वरी राजेन्द्र वर्ये न अस्तु. नरेश कुमार शर्मा वर्य अनम्यूट कर्तुं शक्नोति वा? नरेश कुमार शर्मा. किम् अभवत् अद्य? किमर्थं भागं न वहन्ति छात्राः? मृणालिनी शर्मा, मृणालिनी शर्मा वर्ये.
हाँ महोदय.
हाँ, कृपया कथा इति आरभ्य शनैः शनैः पठ्यतां. प्रत्येकस्मिन् वाक्यस्य अन्ते किञ्चित् अवसानं स्थाप्यतां. तत्र यदि अनुवादं किमपि करणीयं चेत् अहं करोमि. अस्तु वर्ये.
हाँ हाँ महोदय. कथा कुशलः वृद्धः. एकः वृद्धः आसीत्.
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 अत्र कथायाः नाम अस्ति. कथा इति स्त्रीलिङ्गे, तदर्थं कथा इति. तु कुशलः वृद्धः, स्मार्ट् ओल्ड् मैन्. ओके. एकः वृद्धः आसीत्. अस्ति इति यद् वर्तमाने आसीत् तस्य एव भूतकालरूपमस्ति आसीत् इति. आसन् इति बहुवचने. सो एकः वृद्धः इति एकवचने, अतः आसीत् इति. सो one old man was there. Continue भगिनि.
सः क्षुद्रितः अभवत्.
There is
क्षुधितः अभवत्. क्षुधितः
क्षुधितः अभवत्.
अभवत्.
सः, that fellow, सः वृद्धः. क्षुधा इत्युक्ते क्या बोलना है हिंदी में? पेट का दर्द ऐसा बोल सकते हैं. वो खाने के लिए जो इच्छा होता है वो क्षुधा इति. हंगर. सो सः क्षुधितः अभवत्. ही बिकेम हंग्री. कंटिन्यू भगिनी.
समीपे एकः आम्रवृक्षः आसीत्.
समीपे एव. सो नियर हिम ओनली वन मैंगो ट्री. आम्रवृक्षः. ओके. So one more clue I want to tell you about these fruit names and tree names. If we say amraha, it usually means amra vrikshaha. If you say amram, it usually means amra palam. Okay, because ambra is common for the tree and the fruit, we usually use pullinga to refer to the vriksha and napumsaka to refers to the phala, because phalam is napumsaka, vrikshaha is pullinga, and vrikshaha and palam are the most common nouns used for these two items, jatis. So amraha is amra vrikshaha, amram is amra palam. Remember that. Same thing continues to many other fruits. Samipe ekaha amra vrikshaha asit. One mango tree was there nearby.
वृद्धः आम्रवृक्षस्य समीपम् आगच्छत्
Agachat. भगिनी
अगच्छत्
भगिनी भवत्या किञ्चित् व्यवधानं स्थापव्यं कुत्र दीर्घः अस्ति कुत्र ह्रस्वः अस्ति एतत् सर्वं किञ्चित् सावधानतया दृष्ट्वा पठतु एवं सम्यक् पठति भवती परन्तु तत्र तत्र किञ्चित् दोषाः भवन्ति वृद्धः सः वृद्धः आम्रवृक्षस्य षष्ठी तु of the mango tree samipam near. So samipyam iti yad gunamasti vrikshasya samipyam iti. So vrikshasya iti shashtyam sthapayitva vrikshasya samipam mama samipam nagarasya samipam etat grihasya samipam prayogah evam syat. So agachat. So he went near the mango tree. Continue Bhagini.
वृक्षे बहुनि फलानि अपश्यत्.
सम्यक्. In the tree, vrikshe, saptami ekavachanam. See, vrikshasya iti shashti दृष्टवन्तः, परन्तु यत् फलम् अस्ति तत्तु वृक्षे अस्ति. Upon the tree, on the tree. So vrikshe bahuni palani. So visheshana bahuni in napumsaka to go with phalani. Okay, multiplicity of fruits. Apashyat. Okay, now this phalani is in karma. Okay, why phalani is in karma is because apashyat is vruddha's karya. He saw, right? So vruddhaha is the default karta for this sentence, not mentioned, but adhyahritam from previous sentence carries forward. Vruddhaha vrikshe bahuni phalani apashyat. So bahuni phalani is dvitiya bahuvachana. Okay, please develop this technique of identifying karma separately from karta. We get messed up with that. So if you early start recognizing that, just look at the kriya pada. The fruits are not the one seeing. The vruddha is the one seeing. So who sees? Vruddha. So he is karta. So vruddha is the subject. Phalani is the object. Essentially, it cannot be the subject anymore because it is not a gunavachaka to the vruddha. Anybody else who is a karta is a gunavachaka to the vruddha only. So saha vruddha. Saha is a gunavachaka in a sense. That old man. So that would belong to karta class as a visheshana. But here phalani belongs as a karma, bahuni belongs as its visheshana, also in dvitiya bahuchana. Okay, bahum phalam phale phalani tathaiva bahuni bahum. I don't really, I have to go check how it declines. It is not an easy one. Anyway, so he saw. Continue Bhagini.
सः अचिन्तयत् अहं वृद्धः मम शरीरे शक्तिः नास्ति.
So he thought. Okay, so see, several techniques of quoting things is start like this. He thought hyphen blah 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 iti. So saha evam achintayat. Saha iti is in the sense of evam here. Okay, like this. So that iti has been put in the end as a quote closure, and the lead off is the saha achintayat, and then the new sentences. Aham vruddhaha, I am an old man. Mama sharire, see, mama shashti, my. Sharire saptami, in my body. In body is sharire. Shaktihi, strength, na asti. Shaktihi is the karta of the as dhatu. Okay, because shakti is not there. So vruddha disappears from karta for nasti. Nasti is shaktihi nasti. Okay, so mama sharire shaktihi nasti. So na asti. So there is no strength in my body. Continue Bhagini.
वृक्षः उन्नतः अस्ति
See, now you see this unnataha is a gunavachaka to vrikshaha, but it has been deliberately put later because the accent is on describing this new quality as that of the vriksha. It is though it is a visheshana, since it is the accent of the sentence, it appears after vriksha. Vrikshaha unnataha asti. So that's why we cannot say unnataha vrikshaha asti and produce any kaku there. It doesn't belong to the kaku of how thinking happens. So this is the order. Vrikshaha unnataha asti. So anybody who says order doesn't matter, that is okay for Kavi's liberty in Kavya. When we do normal speech, the orders and the kaku are very important. Okay. So that's why unnataha vrikshaha asti is not exactly the same as vrikshaha unnataha asti, unless in the stupid way if we state it flatly like that. If we use the kaku, then it is important. Unnataha comes later. Okay. So continue, Bhagini.
Katam uppari gacchami.
How? Katham upari gacchami. How above I shall go? I go. Okay, in the simple butler, I go. So how do I go up? That is the question. How do I go up?
Katam palam prapnomi.
How the fruit I will obtain. So in both this sentence, you see the verb is in Uttama Purusha. So aham is automatically implicit. So aham katam upari gacchami. Aham is the karta, gacchami is the kriya, and upari gacchami, above I will go. This is actually an avyaya. Okay. But it's in the place of a karma, you can say roughly. But it is an avyaya. Okay. See, in the next one, katham palam prapnomi, palam is clearly is in the karma position. So you can say upari, the avyaya has kind of sat itself in the karma position for the gam dhatu. Okay, because that is the what is that called? Phalashraya. Uparitana sthanameva palashraya. Okay. How do I obtain the fruit? Iti. So he thought. Continue, Bhagini.
Actually, I should have read iti also along with that. Katam
no problem.
palam prapnomi iti.
Samyak.
Vrikshasya upari vanaraha asan.
Punaha patatu.
Vrikshasya upari vanaraha asan.
एकः वानरः न बहवः वानराः यथा बहूनि फलानि इति नपुंसके तथैव बहवः वानराः इति पुंसि. ओके. वृक्षस्य उपरि पुनः षष्टि. वृक्षस्य उपरि अबौ द ट्री वानराः आसन्. तो इदानीम् उपरि इति सप्तम्याम् अस्ति अस्मिन् वाक्ये. You see how this avyaya is sitting in different vibhakti position in different sentences without changing form. Notice this color in the language. Okay. Vrikshasya upari, above the tree, obviously adhikarana, right? Vanaraha, the subjects, okay, which are the monkeys. Asan, they were there. Asit ekavachane, asan niti bahuvachane. Even in this short 10-sentence story, there is enormous amount of grammar to analyze and pick up. You have to keep your eyes and brains open and keep reciting in the head. So basically, for me, for example, now, moment asan comes immediately, O lang lakara, bhuta kala, bahuvachana, pratama purusha, tak, 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 like that mantra, it pops up. Okay. And after a while, you don't need all that to pop up, but in the beginning, as we learn, it helps that these things pop up. Okay. Until they become affirmed and native to our head. Okay. Continue, Bhagini.
Vruddhaha ekam upayam akarot.
So that old man, one plan as a karma pada. Again, visheshana ekam and upayam as the actual plan. Okay. Akarot, he did. Because vriddha is the karta and he did the action, the karma of the action is the upaya. Okay. Phalashraya is in upaya. So the vyaparashraya is in vriddha. Okay. Continue, Bhagini. So he made a plan. Continue.
Saha पाषाणखण्डान् स्वीकृत्य अक्षिपत्.
Now, for once, now something new has come, may have come earlier, I may not have brought attention. See this here. There are two kriyas in this sentence. So I once have just declared ekating vakyam, only one kriya pada in a vakyam. Only one thing, or what you call active kriya pada, makes a vakyam. But there can be many other kriya vachakas as kridantas. So this svikritya is a kriya vachaka as a kridanta, and it is called a lyabanta, which you will learn later. All this, even as you progress through the stairs of Pravesha, Parichaya, Shiksha, Kovida, you will learn all these beautiful concepts. So svikritya is having received. Okay, having received. Having received what? Pashana Kandan. So for this is like a clausal verb placeholder, which is a participle in English technology. You can forget all that explanation I put, but it is a lyabanta as far as Sanskrit is concerned, and it's still a kriya vachaka, but it is indicating the first action that has been completed. The action that has been completed first is used with the lyap. Okay. Tvanta and lyabanta, two variants are there. This is a lyabanta because lyap anta, or that ya that comes there, ya that comes there, that comes because of there is a upasarga attachment to the kru dhatu. That's why when there is a upasarga attachment, we go with lyap. When there is a when there is no upasarga, kritva we say, tvanta we use. In the same sense, having done. So having received, because of the upasarga, it uses lyap. Okay, these are all beauties of Sanskritam. Some complication they have thrown in there so that you keep your brain sharp. The idea was to not become dumb. So Pashana Khanda. Pashana is like a rock. Okay, Khanda means a piece of the rock, which means a stone, small stone. Many of them, and in karma position, Khandan. Okay, so Ramam, Ramau, Raman, Khandam, Khandau, Khandhan. Okay, Pashana Khandaha, Pullinga. Okay, Saha Vruddhaha Karta Pashanakandaan Dvitiya Bahuvachana Karma Svikritya. Karma padametat Pashanakandaan iti karma padametat Svikritya iti kru dhatoho karma. Parantu agre akshipat iti yadasti. Sakshama kriya lang lakare yadasti bhutakale saha akshipat iti kila vruddhaha akshipat iti. True. तो तस्यापि कर्मपदमस्ति पाषाणखण्डा. सो पाषाणखण्डान् स्वीकृत्य पाषाणखण्डान् अक्षिपत् इति अस्माभिः पठनीयं. तत्र किम् अक्षिपत्? पाषाणखण्डानेव अक्षिपत्. परन्तु प्रप्रथमं तेषां हस्ते स्वीकारः, तदनन्तरं क्षेपणं. तत्कारणात् सः पाषाणखण्डान् स्वीकृत्य तान् अक्षिपत् इति, तान् इत्यपि योजयितुं शक्नुमः. वदतु भगिनि अग्रे.
वानराः कुपिताः अभवन्.
So the monkeys became angry monkeys. See this see this style. Kupitaha is again a visheshana to vanaraha. It's also in karta position, pratama bahuvachana. So Vanaraha Kupitaha Abavan, similar to how we saw earlier, Unnataha Asti, same way, Kupitaha Abavan. So this accent is on the new Visheshana that has been brought into the equation. Okay, the monkeys became angry fellas. Kupitaha means angry fellas. Okay, became is Abavan, Bahuvachana Lang. Okay, continue.
Te palani akshipan.
They threw the fruits. So palani is the karma for their kshepana. Okay. Te vanaraha. Te is vanaraha here. Palani is the dvitiya bahuvachana. Akshipan lang bahuvachana prathama purusha for matching vanaraha or te. Okay. So they threw the fruits.
Vruddhaha tani palani svikritya santoshena akadat.
So here also similar to how Pasha Kandan Svikritya Akshipat, similar application here. So Karta is mentioned, Vruddhaha, Tani Palani. So palani is the bahuvachana karma pada, the dvitiya vibhakti bahuvachana karma pada for svikara. So tani is the subsequent visheshana attached to the palani to say not some other fruits, the fallen fruits which were thrown by the monkeys. So tani palani, those very fruits. Okay, svikritya, having received, again similar to that. Santoshena akhadat, atra santoshena is the karana. But here it is more like a, though it is a karana karaka, it is, we call it kriya visheshana. Okay, notice many kriya visheshanas appear as karana. So santoshena akhadat. Okay, so with happiness he ate. So now because this santosha is a visheshana to the khadana, the happiness was in the action. Okay, vyapara itself had that happiness. So santoshena doesn't mean santosha was used as an instrument for eating. So you should not take it every instrument case to mean like a khadga or a bana or something like that. Okay, here it's a kriya visheshana application of tritiya vibhakti. Okay, and so karma pada is what for the khadana kriya? Palani. Tani palani borrows forward again. Palani akadat. Okay. Karta is again vruddha. Common karta for the svikara and the khadana is vruddha. Svikara was the prathama kriya concluded and the second kriya was khadana. Here they added one more beautiful kriya visheshana. Notice these beautiful specialities in this sentence. Okay. So our duty as tutors here is to not just make you read, translate in English. You will, it's okay, he did a good job. But success is when we show this grammar. It will take a lot of time. For one or two stories, I am taking more time than the others to demonstrate this. Okay. अस्तु. तो इदानीं भगिनी बहु सम्यक् पठितवती. धन्यवादः मृणालिनी वर्ये किल. धन्यवादः. तो इदा
I have one small question, Mahodaya. ये
पृच्छतु.
वानराः कुपिताः, that is a plural or it should
is
be
a plural. It is a plural.
Because the vanara is monkeys are plural. Is
correct.
Kupitaha is
plural. Correct.
plural.
See, what is happening is it is very difficult to translate into our mother tongues because this kta, we call it ktra, kta visheshana. This is the personification of the kopa, of the anger into the vanaras, is kupitaha. Okay. So if I want to literally translate, it goes like this. Vanaraha, monkeys, kupitaha, angered masculine entities is kupitaha. You see the description of kupitaha, angered masculine entities. Okay. So they became angered masculine entities is the full literal translation. But of course we don't say like that. So it translates simply to they became angry. We reduce it to angry. Okay, in English. But actually you don't need abavan and all that thing. There is a way, akupyan. See, they are not lifting you to that much difficulty now. Okay, Sanskrit is so beautiful. You don't need all this tertiary technology. You can directly use the kopa in its original dhatu form and assign it to vanaras. Vanaraha akupyan. Abhavan, instead of saying abhavan, remove the bhu dhatu, which is really not adding much value. Put directly akupyan, means they became angry. Is very direct way of doing it. Okay, here this is a easier way because this abhavan, asti, asan, a few words, if you know how to decline the kriya pada, you can get away with the easy kta, ktantas to qualify the action. So vanaraha kupitaha abhavan, vanaraha santushtaha abhavan. So santushtaha, for example, what is the dhatu? Tush dhatu. How do I take it to lung? Atushyan, something like that. It may be half right, half wrong. Even I am not confident. But vanaraha atushyan, something may be there. But then you have to worry, is tush dhatu atmanepadi, parasmaipadi, is it atushyan or is atushyata? I mean, this constant fight will be there. So what they are doing is, in simple stories, they are sticking to asit, abhut, abhavan, agachat, some simple things, and putting slightly more complicated bhavas, which are actually also kriyas, into ktantas and assigning it to the person itself. Ktantas as a person. So angered fellows they became, instead of they became angry, we are saying angered fellows they became. Okay.
Thank you.
Welcome. Good question, because every question is an opportunity to explain what is this technology in these sentences. Okay. Somebody has a hand up. Rama Varye, do you have a question, Bhagini?
Yes, that Bahuni is plural form, no?
Napumsaka, plural, correct.
Bahuni, Bahuni.
Bahu,
Like that I saw.
Bahuni, Bahuni, correct. Vari, Varini, Varini.
Singular, plural,
Vari Shabda,
dual and plural.
correct, correct. It's not Bahu, Bahun, Bahum. So very good. So Bahu, Bahuni, Bahuni.
Hello.
Correct. What happened? You're not able to hear? What happened to her? Anyway, I'm going to mute everyone. Some fault at her end. Okay, so now time for crowdsourcing. These few answers, very easy answers. Kaha kshuditaha abhavat.
Ekah vruddhah kshuditah abhavat.
Samyak. One old man became hungry. So ekah vruddhah kshuditah abhavat. Vruddhah vrikshe kani apashyat.
Vruddhah vrikshe amrani apashyat.
Amrani athva amrapalani.
Palani
Apashyat. So vrikshaha, vruddhaha vrikshe amrani athva amrapalani apashyat. But you can just say palani also, no problem, still be correct, but better to say amrapalani. Saha kim achintayat.
वृद्धः अचिन्तयत् नहीं सः अचिन्तयत् अहं वृद्धः मम शरीरे शक्तिः नास्ति वृक्षः
उन्नतः अस्ति
अस्ति कथम् उपरि गच्छामि इति अचिन्तयत्.
So you can even shorten it. You if you wish, saha vruddhaha evam achintayat hyphen athva saha achintayat. Evam is not put there. Okay, and then hyphen, and then say aham vruddhaha katam palani prapnomi katam upari gachami, something like that. You can put, you don't have to put unnataha asti everything, but if you can, that will be nice if you remember. So there are so many elements. I am old, I don't have strength, the tree is tall, how do I go up and get the fruits? So the thought process you keep in your mind, put it in your sentence, no problem, and put it in small sentence like they have done in the story. Okay, you can actually you can actually put this in one sentence. You see, Sanskrit is too powerful. So vruddhoham ashaktoham katam va unnatasya vrikshasya upari gatva phalam prapnomi. One question only can be put if you want, but it will become very high end. Okay. One second, Bhagini. Enormous noise from somebody. I'll have to forcibly mute everyone because I'm not able to hear myself. So just the person who had a question, can you ask?
Amod.
What is your question?
Just now when Bhagini answered the question, she said Saha achintayat aham vriddhah. So if we join the two sentences, like in English, it becomes an indirect speech, like she said that. So do we do it just like this, Saha achintayat a hyphen, and then in direct speech aham vriddhah?
It is direct. She said it in direct speech only. She said Saha achintayat. She concluded and went on to quote what all he achintayat. Iti has to be put. Okay, everything is direct. Saha achintayat is kartari. Aham vruddhaha, active kartari in direct speech, of course, like you said. And then iti finishes the quote. So literally we are mouthing what the old man mouthed in his own voice. Correct. Okay. So here, since the question is actively Saha kim achintayat, better to put in quote sense, not try to struggle with some other sentence form. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Simpler technique. This iti technique is very simple. Quoting.
Namaste. This after telling aham vruddhah mama sharire iti achintayat, we can bring that achintayat in the end also, no?
Yeah. Very good. So, but don't put it in both places. You just say Saha hyphen, put the quotes, iti achintayat you put. That's also fine. That's why I told this achintayat belongs to saha iti achintayat. Saha blah blah iti achintayat. Actually, this whole blah blah is evam. Okay, some people even put like this. Some people put saha evam hyphen and everything iti achintayat. So that the quote doesn't need to complete the outside sentence also. But it can be adhyaharana. So all this quote is the evam.
Okay.
Okay. Vanaraha kani akshipan. Very easy.
Vanaraha amrapalani akshipan.
Vanaraha amrapalani akshipan. Kupitaha vanaraha. You can add if you now want to. Kupitara vanaraha amrapalani akshipan. Very nice. So we finish the story. We keep blowing forward. We don't have the luxury of relaxing. So 7th section, Samskrita Vyavaharaha. So they are going to teach a few new techniques to us. This section is pretty nice, I think. Yeah. Samskrita Vyavaharaha. Study the following sentences. Balakaha asti. There is a boy. Okay. Balakaha santi. There are boys. But remember, balakaha is also the common collective noun for a mixed case. Okay. There are boys and girls are also translated as balakaha santi only. If you want to explicitly highlight balakaha, balikaha cha santi. No problem. You can explicitly highlight the balakaha, balikaha cha santi. Like that. Okay. You will do more exercises with the root as. Okay, asti, santi, as in the forthcoming lessons. Forthcoming actually is like I should have hyphened, I think. I don't think you can separate it. Now you understand that asti means is and santi means are in general. Kati, how many? Okay, here is a very rich family. One wishes we can have so many children nowadays. How to bring them up, we worry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Nagare dasha devalayah santi. Nagare saptami ekavachana. Nagaram nagare. Okay. Dasha devalayah. Dasha iti त्रिलिङ्गकः तु दशाः इति किमपि न करणीयं दश इत्येव स्थापनीयं दश देवालयाः सन्ति देवालयः इति पुंसि परन्तु दश इति त्रिषु लिङ्गेषु तत्र भेदः न भवति तु विशेषणं देवालयाः इत्यस्य विशेषणमस्ति दश संख्याविशेषणं नगरे दश देवालयाः सन्ति देयर आर 10 temples in the town. अधिकरणकारका नगरे देवालयाः बहुवचने प्रथमायां कर्ता कार्यं किम् अस्ति अस् धातोः कार्यं तत्र एव भवनं तत्र भूत्वा अस्ति देवालयः दे आर देयर ओवर देयर ओके सन्ति ओके सो तत्र 20 कदलीफलानि सन्ति देवालयेन एतत् नूतनवाक्यं प्रायः देवालयेषु अपि कदलीफलानि भवन्ति एव चिन्ता नास्ति तत्र 20 कदलीफलानि सन्ति अत्र पश्यतु 20 इति साक्षात् पुनः त्रिलिङ्गकः तु कदलीफलानि इति तु नपुंसके बहुवचने कर्तायाः कर्तापदं कर्तृपदं क्षम्यतां कर्तृपदं तु तत्र इति स्थानं नगरे इति यदासीत् तत्र तत्र इति अव्ययपदं सप्तमी समाने सप्तमी स्थाने इति वक्तव्यं तत्र सप्तमी विभक्तिः इति नास्ति परन्तु तत्र इति अधिकरणं तु तर्हि तत्र इति तस्मिन् प्रदेशस्य सूचना 20 इति संख्यासूचना इदानीं नपुंसके स्वीकृत्य कदलीफलानि इत्यस्य विशेषणम् इति अस्माभिः कथ्यते सो कदलीफलानि इत्येव प्रथमा विभक्तौ बहुवचने कर्मपदं तस्य क्रिया अस्ति अस् धातुः तु सन्ति इति बहुवचने प्रथमपुरुषे बहुवचने सन्ति इति तो देयर आर 20 bananas. So this is easy, very obvious. What I have put in English, I don't even need to tell you. You guys are now of sufficient level to pretty much understand even as I read the Sanskritam. So I am focusing on the grammar. Vidyalaye shatam chatraha santi. Similar location change to Vidyalaya. Saptami ekavachana Vidyalaya. Vidyalaye. Kshamyatam Vidyalaye. आलयः इति प्रायः आलयम् इत्यपि बहु श्रुतम् आलयः इति प्रायः शतं छात्राः तो एतदपि त्रिलिङ्गकः छात्राः इति पुंसि अस्ति परन्तु यथा मया उक्तं बहुवचने छात्राः इत्यत्र स्त्री छात्राः अथवा बालिकाशास्त्राः अपि भवितुं शक्नुवन्ति अत्र तु पुंसि सन्ति so 100 boys 100 students kshamyatam 100 students are there in the school गृहे पंच प्रकोष्ठाः सन्ति in the house पंच प्रकोष्ठाः 5 rooms prakoštha is a room okay prakošthaः 5 rooms are there okay मुखे 32 dantaः सन्ति I cannot declare that somebody's mouth मुखे in the mouth 32 32 dantaः teeth are there again trilingaka dantah is a pullinga so dantaः so pullinga bahuvachana santi मुखे स्थानमस्ति अधिकरणमस्ति मुखं मुखे इति सप्तम्यां वृक्षे 15 फलानि सन्ति so 15 fruits are there in the tree sad tree poor tree everything else must have been removed astu maybe if it is a jackfruit tree this is a good number I should not say like that वृक्षे 15 फलानि सन्ति ha रुग्णालये 50 रुग्णाः सन्ति रुग्णालयः so रोगिणाम् आलयः रुग्णानाम् आलयः रुग्णालयः is hospital 50 50 रुग्णाः prathama bahuvachana rogis okay santi they are there patients I don't know why they call them patient because they have to keep waiting for the doctor I think tasyaः समीपे 40 शाटिकाः सन्ति so of her near see again samipatva is belonging to her tasyaः so shashti of her near that is the style so near her 40 chatikah 40 sarees are there reasonable number nowadays okay Bhagavad Gitayam 18 adhyayah santi in Bhagavad Gita see Bhagavad Gita is strilinga so Bhagavad Gitayam iti shashti ekavachane अस्तु वा स्त्रीलिङ्गे सीतायां यथा तथैव भगवद्गीतायाम् 18 अध्यायाः पुनः अत्र त्रिलिङ्गकः अध्यायः इति पुल्लिङ्गे अध्यायाः बहुवचने तस्य विशेषणमस्ति 18 सन्ति इति क्रियापदम् अध्यायाः इति कर्ता तु कुत्र भगवद्गीतायाम् अस्तु वा तो what is that we are seeing common number as a visheshana how to use them okay they are slowly introducing to you okay aranye shashtihi gajaha santi see notice the alpa prana sometimes my pronunciation can be too over enthusiastic shashtihi not shashtihi shashtihi okay aranye shashtihi because you will notice there is a shashtha with a mahaprana used for sixth they try to you have to be careful with the mahaprana thakara and alpa prana thakara because shashti shashtaha has a mahaprana for sixth whereas 60 shashtihi has a alpa prana notice the difference and remember it aranye shashtihi gajaha santi 60 elephants are there in the forest again I don't need to again and again describe you are getting this there is a adhikarana, there is a sankhya visheshana in prathama, there is a karta in prathama, and there is a kriya tracking the vachana of the karta normally in lat in vartamana kala. Very easy. Asti santi. In fact, all the sentences are santi because all the sankhyas are greater than 2. Okay. In all the above sentences, numbers have been used. To question about them, we have to use kati. How many? So Sankhya Prashnartaka Shabdah asti Kati iti. How many? So there is one more variant I have heard. Kiyat. That's possibly used for liquid quantity, I guess. Okay, how much versus how many? Maybe kiyat. We will check it later. Anyway, right now we are learning kati. Don't get confused. Okay, how many? There are 7 interrogative words in Sanskrit language, actually, a little bit more, but it's nice to look at them as 7. Okay, so among them, one is kati. Okay. When the answer sought is a number, the question to be put is kati. How many? Dasha balakaha santi. The question for this is kati balakaha santi. Athva you can say, you have to give the kaku to kati. Balakaha kati santi. Kati has to go to the tonal high tone. Okay. Kati santi. Like that. This word kati is always plural in usage. Hence, whatever may be the answer, kati santi only must be used. You cannot say kati asti. Okay. So even if the answer is one or none or whatever, the question continues to be kati. Okay, because it's simply sankhya vachaka prashnarthaka. Any questions? We'll move forward with the abhyasa. So chashake bahavaha marjaraha santi. चषके बहवः मार्जाराः सन्ति अत्यधिकमार्जाराः सन्ति using kati frame questions for the following चत्वारः वेदाः सन्ति how would you ask anybody wants to volunteer
Kati Vedaah
Santi Kati Vedaah Santi very good Kati Vedaah Santi Pratama Bahuvachana okay Santi. Here number 3 only means Bahuvachana. It doesn't mean Trivachana. Huh? Remember that. 2 is dual, 1 is single, but 3 is 3 and more. Yes. Mahodaya?
Kati Geetani Gayakah Gayati.
Gayakah Dasha Geetani Gayati. Gayakah
Kati Geetani Gayati.
Remember to not forget Geetani. Don't just say Kati Gayati. That is a little bit illegal. Kati Geetani Gayati because Kati is a Visheshana to something, right? So earlier also you saw Kati. Sorry. Gayakah Kati Geetani Gayati. Vimshati Balakaha Apatan.
Kati balakaah
apatan.
This is just an exercise so that we record it. Shatam Sainikaah. Madam, Ambani ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಯೋಚನೆ ಮಾಡಬೇಡಿ ಸಂಸ್ಕೃತ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಯೋಚನೆ ಮಾಡಿ ಇವಾಗ ಶತಂ ಸೈನಿಕಾಹ ಅಧಾವನ್ ಕತಿ ಸೈನಿಕಾಹ ಅಧಾವನ್ तत्र 15 वृक्षाः सन्ति तत्र should not be dropped tatra should remain tatra kati vrikshaah santi just replace the sankhya with kati okay very simple so like that okay all right so this was just a very easy exercise this won't come in the final exam I'll promise you it won't be so easy okay all right so let us go to the Subhashitam with this beautiful person's photo there Subhashitam सम्यक् उक्तं सदयं हृदयं यस्य भाषितं सत्यभूषितं कायः परहिते यस्य कलिस्तस्य करोति किम् सदयं हृदयं यस्य भाषितं सत्यभूषितं कायः परहिते यस्य कलिस्तस्य करोति किम् beautiful Sadayam hridayam yasya. Okay, hridayam, heart, yasya, of anyone. Sadayam, including daya bhava, the heart of someone who is having daya bhava in his heart, bhashitam satya bhushitam, yasya, again borrow, yasya bhashitam, whosoever's saying, speech is decorated with truth. Beautiful word, satya bhushitam. Okay, bhushana means decoration. Satya bhushitam means that which is decorated with truth. The samasta padas of Sanskritam have unparalleled power. Okay, bhashitam satya bhushitam. Okay, such a person. Kayah parahite yasya, whose body, whose very body is for the hita of others. Saptami parahite is dedicated for the hita of others, is in the hita of others. In the hita, that's why hite. Parahite, in the hita of others. Okay, so whose body is devoted to the benevolence of others. Kalihi tasya kim karoti. Kali, Kali Purusha, supposed to end us, end our yuga itself, right? We are waiting so that we start the new yuga. It won't happen very soon, but we are accelerating Kali's work, I think. It may happen soon. Kalihi tasya karoti kim. What will Kali do to him? Tasya kim karoti means what will he do to him? That sense is there in that. Okay. उसका क्या करेगा, तो हिंदी में भी ऐसा ही योग करें ना, कली उसका क्या करेगा, तो उसको क्या करेगा का उसका क्या करेगा प्रयोग होता है ना, वैसा ही तस्य किम करोति, तम किम करोति also you can say, तस्य किम करोति also you can say. सदयं हृदयं यस्य भाषितं सत्यभूषितं कायः परहिते यस्य कलिस्तस्य करोति किम. Very nice. Okay, yasya hridayam sadayam asti, yasya bhashitam vachanam satyabhushitam asti, yasya kayah shariram parahite arpitam asti cha, kalihi yamaha tasya kim karoti. It's more than yama, but we can take it. So let us look at this Dalai Lama. Love is the absence of judgment. Very ghana sentence that is. Tolana bhave sati pritihi. So it shows that you can call something love if there is no judgment associated with it. If there is an expectation of certain return behavior, etc., so then it is not love, it is lust. So beautiful definition. Tolana bhave sati pritihi. Saptami prayoga. Sati saptami prayoga we call it. Of course, Dalai Lama didn't say it in Sanskritam. I just put the closest in Sanskritam. Tolana bhava is the feeling of doing balancing everywhere, right? So judgment is about balancing, no? Right and wrong. So judging right and wrong is tolana bhava. Abhavana bhava. Tolana bhavaha. So antima prashnaha. So good. Before we take the break, we can finish this antima prashnaha and start the fifth lesson after our water break. Chaturtha pataha prashnaha. So just we will practice this forms once before we jump in. So avadat, adhavat, adhavatam, adhavan, adhavaha, adhavatam, adhavata, adhavam, adhavava, adhavama. Okay, abhavat, abhavatam, abhavan, abhavah, abhavatam, abhavata, abhavam, abhavava, abhavama. So this is the lang bhutakala forms of couple of dhatus that we just read. Here is the dhav dhatu. I also read the bhu dhatu. Then vardh, you can use vand also. Atmanepadi vand dhatu, how does it decline in lang bhutakala? Quite different. Avardhata, avardhetam, avardhanta, avardathaha, avardetham, avardadhvam, avarde, avardavahi, avardamahi. Avandata, avandetam, avandanta, avandataha, avandatham, avandadhvam, Avande, avandavahi, avandamahi. So practice it a few times as best as possible. Try to recall. Notice that the lung is quite different for Atmane from the Parasmai. Okay, so you have to practice them mentally separately. Convert. Yes, is there a question, Bagini? Okay, convert the following verbs into past tense. Pashyati. Crowdsource the answer. Apashyat. Apashyat. See, first thing we have to do is we have to check. Okay, I am going to mute Ruchita Varye, unfortunately, or I will request Ruchita Varye to mute because enormous noise is coming from her side. I don't know why, some scratch noise. So I apologize. Okay, Pashyati. First thing you have to notice is T ending. So T ending suggests to us that it is a Parasmaipadi dhatu. Okay, so te ending, for example, manyate, yatate, shobhe, this correspondingly indicate the Atmanepatitva. Okay, and you have to notice not only that, you have to also notice the Purusha. Pashyati is Prathama Purusha Ekavachana. Pibati Prathama Purusha Ekavachana. Luckily, they haven't troubled us too much. Jigrati Prathama Ekavachana. Hasanti Prathama Bahu. Pratama Bahu. Pratama Eka. Pratama Eka. Pratama Eka. Pratama Bahu. Oh no, Pratama Eka. Manyate. Pratama Eka. Shobhe. Okay, this is Uttama. Okay, Aham Shobhe. Okay, so you have to go to Ashobhe, Avardhe. So remember there only we have to be suddenly, I don't know why they threw an Uttama Purusha like like a wicket ball. Okay, so they threw 9 easy balls and 1 wicket ball. Okay, so Apashyat. Pibati.
Apibat.
Apibat. Jigrati.
Ajigrat.
Ajigrat. Hasanti. Ahasan. Very good. Ahasan. So this is like a little bit spin ball. Ahasan. Okay, very good. Smaranti. Asmaran. Very easy so far. We just used Adavat, Adavan forms so far. Okay, Likhati. Alikat. Vahati. Avahat. Yatate. Ayatata. No halanta. Ayatata. This one. Avardhata. Ayatata. He tried. Somebody tried. We don't know he or she. Okay. Manyate. Amanyata. Similar to yatate. Okay. Amanyata. Shobhe. I already gave the answer.
Ashobhe.
Ashobhe. So is this Uttama Purusha Ekavachana 3.1. Okay. Lung. Of course, all are lung. But this is Atmane lung. Okay. So last 3 are Atmane, rest are Parasmai. Rest are Pratama Purusha also. Okay. Correct the errors in the verbal form. So this is an interesting exercise. Simhaha garjati. How do you correct?
Simhaha garjanti.
Usually the correction you do to the kriya pada is sufficient. Okay, but there are 2 answers. Simhaha garjati is also an alternate answer. Either answer is fine, or you can give both answers. Why waste? When you know, so you can put Simhaha garjati also as another answer. Okay, Saha dhavasi. Sahadavati. How is the other correction?
Tvam
Tvamdavasi. You guys are all ready for exam. Very good. Aham gacchati.
Aham
gacchami.
Aham gacchami. How is the other answer?
Saha gacchati.
Saha gacchati or sa gacchati, Ramaha gacchati. Infinite answers are possible, but better stick to Sarvanama. So say saha or sa. Okay, or tat gacchati also is correct. Adhyapakaha agacchata. Okay, I made a mistake. I read it as agacchata, which is incorrect. Agacchata. So try to go with the sound of the Kriya Pada a little bit in your answer. Adhyapakaha agacchata.
अध्यापकाः अगच्छन्
अध्यापकाः अगच्छन्
Halanta nakara. Adhyapakaha agachan. Try to give the smallest modification, because usually the expectation there is a tankana dosha and there is a smallest modification. So nakara missing. Okay. So instead of takara sakara, like that we are making one small change, that is better. So that's what agachan. So of course adhyapakaha gachanti is also a correct answer. Nobody can cut you marks if you say adhyapakaha gachanti in place of agacchata. But agacchata is somewhat like somebody read gamdhatu as atmanepadi and wrote it that way and in ekavachana. So there are many kind of errors. So you look, it looks like lung. Let me give a lung answer. Okay, that is the good thing to do. But they cannot cut you marks if you give other answers, because that's also correction. But here one thing, if you see the question, na guys, verbal form, errors in the verbal form. So the other answers that I have been suggesting are illegal answers, because the question is very specific. If it just asked you correct the errors in the sentences, you are free. But if it says verbal form, you have to correct the Kriya Pada. Okay? Chatraha apathama. Apathan. Makara has to go. Nakara. So apathan. Okay. Vayam avandadhvam.
वयम् avandamahi.
Very good. Vayam avandamahi. So Madhyama Purusha was used. We have to switch to Uttama Purusha. So go from avardadvam to avardamahi. Same way, avandadvam to avandamahi. Yuyam amodamahi.
Amodadvam.
Amodadvam. So these two are complement corrections. One moves from Madhyama to Uttama, another Uttama to Madhyama. Yuyam amodadvam. Aham ayatata. Aham ayate. Atmanepadi. Okay. So Atmane lati yate iti. Hi langi ayate iti Uttama Purushe. Tvam abadhata.
Abadataha.
Mahaprana spelling didn't come. Only one gave the correct answer, but she also missed Mahaprana spelling. Can you try again?
Tvam abadataha.
Tvam abadhataha. Double Mahaprana. Tvam abhadataha. See, avardataha. See, bhadate is Atmanepadi. So now, no, you guys need to please buy a nice book. So make a list of Parasmaipadi dhatus and Atmanepadi dhatus that you are encountering in the book. One day, one good exercise is open the book page by page, note down the dhatu, put some in the Atmanepadi class, some in the Parasmaipadi class as you understand them. Take help from the web portals like ashtadhyayi.com. If you can't find out, you can find out there. Okay. So build a sheet of this classification. It will help you later. Okay. Oh, it's not bhadati, it is bhadate. There is a beautiful speech by our external affairs minister about this particular dhatu. There is a story, I don't know whether I have told in this class. Have I told a class about this bhadate in the class?
No.
Okay. Okay. So there is this kavi called Dandi. Okay. Dandi, I don't know in which kavya. In some kavya, this was told by Sushma Swaraj in a speech in one of the functions where Samskrita Bharati honored her. She was giving a speech, and she herself was a student of Sanskrit as a subject in her degree study or whatever. So she recalled this story. Obviously, she had written it down or memorized, whatever, but still she recalled this, and it's an absolutely beautiful story. So in Dandi's story, the protagonist of the Maharaja is going for a vihara. तो संस्कृते एव वक्तुं प्रयतामि तो महाराजः विहारार्थं गच्छति स्म तत्र यदा सः विहारार्थं वने कुत्रापि वनसमीपे अथवा वने गच्छति स्म तदा एकः काष्ठ किं वक्तव्यं I forgot the name but anyway one wood cutter okay I forgot the name for wood cutter so takshakah or something like that maybe but takshaka is more the wood worker but anyway so let us take doesn't matter so kopi मनुष्यः तत्र बृहत् काष्ठसमूहं नयति स्म बृहत् तस्य भुजस्य उपरि अथवा शिरस्य उपरि बृहत् काष्ठसमूहं नयति स्म यदा महाराजः विहारार्थं तत्र गतवान् आसीत् सः तं मनुष्यं दृष्टवान् तु सः महाराजः तं मनुष्यं नरं पृष्टवान् हे हे किमपि हे नर स्यात् हे नर भारं न बाधति वा इति महाराजेन पृष्टं राज्ञा महाराजेन अथवा राज्ञा इति वक्तव्यं यदि महा इति योजयामः तत्र आकारान्तः भवति महाराजेन इति यथा रामेण तथा तो महाराजेन सः नरः पृष्टः किं पृष्टः भारः त्वां न बाधति वा does not the weight trouble you bhadati va so he said bhadati va okay na bhadati va the nara he responded the manushya responded maharajan bharah na bhadate see he said correctly bharah na bhadate yatha bhadati mam bhadate okay the weight on my shoulder doesn't trouble me as much as your usage of bhadati troubles me he said okay and the maharaja had to shake his head saying look this guy is a Sanskrit pandita I am using the wrong prayoga so this is brought out by Dandi in his kavya so she recalled that it was brilliant so that's why all right te akampata Sahatautte, avardanta, so akampanta, very easy, okay? Akampanta, nakara is missing, okay? Akampanta. Okay, few more, let's rush through this. Change the following to plural. Balakaha agachat. Plural.
Balakaha agachan.
Very easy. Balakaha agachan, very nice. Balika apathat.
Balikaha apatan.
Very easy. Balikaha apathan. Aham apashyam.
Vayam apashyan.
Apashyama. See here, adhavama. Okay. Apashyam is like adhavam. Apashyama is like adhavama. Okay. So that's why we should memorize one, and like I told you, no, if you can't always it will take time to rerun the word in the mind, make a scratch sheet and write it down. Okay. Here I have done that job for you so that you can help a bit. So not many of us are getting any younger. So we need some cheat sheets. All right. So aham apashyam, vayam apashyama. Yeshah akridat.
Ete akridan.
Ete akridan. Phalam apatat. Palani apatan. Very good. Saha ayatata.
Te ayatan.
Te ayatan. Very good. Ayatanta. Okay. See, yatate is atmanepadi. So ayatata is atmane ekavachana. So it is not ayatan, ayatanta. So ta will come in there. Ayatanta. Sa aspardhata. See, notice this. Aspardhata is what padi? Atmanepadi. So go to public. Aspardanta. Taha aspardanta. Okay. Aham ashlaghe. Ashlagamahi. Correct. Vayam ashlagamahi. Ashlagamahi. Tvam akshamathaha.
यूयम्
Yuyam akshamadhvam. Well done. Balakaha atvarata. Atvaranta. Again Atmanepadi. Tvarate iti tvara iti Atmanepadi dhatu. Balakaha atvaranta. Okay, I am muting everyone again. Enormous noise coming from somewhere. So again, you guys need to unmute. Now I know I am rushing through without a break here. Not much point in taking a break now. It is 12:15. So what we'll do is we'll conclude this lesson and then probably call it a day today and take the 5th lesson tomorrow. Okay, start of the 5th lesson. So you can take a proper break for the afternoon also. So answer the following questions. Which are intransitive verbs? Okay, so I will call upon one of you to try and prototype the answer for us. So Arun Varya, Arun NN, can you participate for us? Try for us. Very few people are unmuting on my request. Shrimanti Sen, Shrimanti Varya.
Yes, sir. Namaste.
Namaste Varya. So can you try answering this Bhagini in English as best as you know? Which are intransitive verbs?
The verbs which, the intransitive verbs are those verbs which do not have a complete, those verbs are incomplete. They do not have an object or incomplete,
Okay.
like
No.
we are laughing.
Begini. Don't use complete. Okay. It is complete. Every verb is complete. Okay. You don't use they are incomplete sense. They do not have an object is enough. Okay. They do not have an explicit object, and they both their action and fruit of action reside in the subject, like that. Okay.
Yes.
फलाश्रयः व्यापाराश्रयः कर्तायां asti. So same thing in Samskritam goes like this. Akarmaka dhatavah kaha ityukte akarmaka dhatavah taha dhatuhu iti pulling eva te ye कर्मपदं न स्वीकुर्वन्ति कर्मपदस्य प्रसक्तिः न भवति कर्तायाम् एव तेषां फलाश्रयः भवति यथा हसते एवं उदाहरणमपि दातुं शक्नुमः. So in the exam please give 1 or 2 examples also guys. Okay, then it will become complete. You can use a mix of English and Sanskritam. For example, Bhagini struggled trying to find object, so it's okay, you can say karma pada. You put it in Sanskritam, which do not have karma pada, because the answer is for Sanskritam, not for English. Okay.
So example can be saha hasati.
Hasati, hasate.
Oh, this is Atmanepadi. Hasata.
Hasa.
Okay.
Right. Bhagini, very reason for intransitive you are forgetting.
Yeah.
No problem. In active voice, the verb changes according to which word? Let me call someone else. Lata Sundarrajan Varye, can you help us?
Sorry. Active voice, the verb changes according to the subject.
So in active voice, the verb changes according to the subject. Very easy. So kartari prayoge kriya kartaram anusarati. Remember this easy sentences. Karmani prayoge kriya karma padam anusarati. Kartari prayoge tu active voice. Kartari prayoge tu kriya athava kriya padam kartaram anusarati. Samyak. So thanks Bhagini. Let's call one more person to participate. Naresh Kumar Sharma. I'm trying again. Okay. Looks like he is intent on keeping himself mute. Nilima Divekar, Varye, can help us? Nilima? Nilima Varye, in active voice, which word may or may not be there?
In active voice, karmapada may not be there.
Perfect. Karma pada may or may not be there. See, for an akarmaka dhatu, it cannot be there. For a sakarmaka dhatu, it may be there, may not be there according to your vivaksha. Ramaha gacchati, Ramaha vanam gacchati. Both are correct sentences. But Ramaha hasate. Okay. Ramena. Sorry, that's no karmani needed. Ramaha hasate. So then there is no need for. Actually, is it hasate, hasdatu, hasati only? Bhagini was right, I think. Let me. My brain may be getting twisted there. Must have been a parasmai dhatu, but it is akarmaka. Okay, so that's answer is perfect. In active voice or kartari prayoge, the word referencing the object karma padam may or may not be there, like that. Okay. Then you can actually put further explanation about Parasmay Atpade also in the thing. It's a good chance, especially if it is a 2 or 3 mark question. Give 1 or 2 more sentences to further bring in this akarmaka, sakarmaka as a qualifier to say in sakarmaka dhatu it is optional. In akarmaka dhatus it cannot be there. Like that you can put. Okay. Nice it will be. Thanks everyone. So with that we have concluded this 4th lesson. Not much time is left to start the 5th one unless I torture you for 20 further minutes, which I don't intend to do. So tomorrow we will catch up and continue with the 5th lesson.
I just have one doubt. This what we did correct the errors in the verbal form. Question number 2, the dasha, the 10th one. Te akampata, te akampata. So it becomes what?
Akampanta nakara will come.
Akampanta without halant. Without halant.
No halant because see avardhata, avardhetam, avardanta. Okay.
So okay. So this is Atmanepadi, no?
Atmanepadi dhatu, kampate.
Yes.
Correct. Correct. And I think you were right. Hasati. I don't know whether you it was someone else. Hasati. I think it's not
Yes,
hasate.
it was
Hasati.
Hasati only.
So I was wrong. I was wrong. It is just akarmaka. There is no automatic atmanepaditva or anything.
Yes.
Assume. Correct.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
One more doubt.
Yes, Bhagini.
Tvam abhadatha. Abhadatha is tvam abhadha thaha or abhadatha.
Abhadathaha.
Abhadathaha.
Whatever reason there is a dirgha. That's how it is. Abhadathaha, abhadetham, abhadadvam, like that. It's a little tough declension. Lung will test our lungs. So with that we will do a prayer and call it an end. I'll bring the nice end sheet. Okay. Astu. सहनाववतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विषाद तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै. My mind is not working. विद्विषावहै. क्षम्यतां. मा विद्विषावहै. ओम शांति शांति शांति. अस्तु. शुभदिनं. श्वः 11:00 पुनः मिलामः.
धन्यवाद महोदय.
Sir, one question is there. Sir, excuse me, one question I have.
What is the question?
I have solved it, but when I answer some of the questions, it becomes very tough. Except grammar, I find that the Subhashitam and all giving a meaning, I find it very difficult.
No, they are very easy. See, Subhashitam, you are not having infinite number of Subhashitams. There are a limited number of Subhashitams to study in the book. The questions will be related to those Subhashitams. Okay.
Meaning
So,
I struggle to give.
I know I'm getting another voice. Okay, anyway, so you have to, what you have to do is, you have to start developing, looking for the keywords in the Subhashitam. Once you recognize the keywords, the whole meaning will flash to you. Okay, that is the technique I use. So instead of trying to do word for word translation and things like that, which is not expected at this level, moment you look at a few keywords in the Subhashitam, the entire meaning will come to you. So put that, okay, whole. So questions will be for the whole Subhashitam, give the meaning. Okay, easy.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mahadev.
Namaste.
Thank you, Mahadev.
Thank you.